Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, nursing a badly scalded mouth and yet foolishly committing to blabbering about nothing like one of the vacuous bins responsible for hosting Fox News' The Five in XCOM 2. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Juan Williams, when I talk about a vacuous bint. I hate Juan Williams so much. Just get the fence post out of your anus and form an opinion, you milquetoast piece of shit. Even if it's an absurd, wrong-headed, and painfully stupid opinion, like that Greg Gutfeld guy. Sure, Gutfeld thinks Newton's 3 laws are about same-sex marriage, illegal immigration, and abortions, but at least he has an opinion, Juan. What have you got? A canceled show on NPR and an idea for your next newspaper column titled, "Things Generally Seem Okay Unless You Disagree, in which case maybe you have a point. I guess everything really is awful after all." It's a little long for a newspaper column title, but that's what Williams would title it. Hey, you know what, Juan? Here's an opinion for you. You suck! There you go. See how easy it is to form an opinion? Also, apart from Greg Forrest Gump Gutfeld, the Five, man, that show is just generally powerfully bland. It's not just Juan Williams. The rest of them are kind of milquetoast as well. How does any of this relate to XCOM? I don't know. It doesn't, except that my mouth hurts, and the Five happened to be on the television. I was flipping through channels while eating a bowl of way too hot noodles and scalded the shit out of it. So now, as long as I've got this mouth pain working, I'm going to be angry at Fox News' The Five because it's guilty by association. Also, Dolly Parton, why are you back there sorting what appears to be a crate? Aren't you supposed to be in here learning how to make void rifts? It doesn't appear that you're doing anything with a void rift. It looks like you're inside of a box. Oh shit, maybe this is how one masters void rift training. You're very clearly phasing through solid matter. I'm getting out of here before we run into a time cop scenario. The same matter cannot occupy the same place at the same time, which is why when Ron Silver got kicked into Ron Silver by my sweet roundhouse blow, he died. Time Cop is a movie that makes sense. I don't need to upgrade anything. What I need to do is leave because I'm terrified about whatever the unholy abomination Dolly Parton is becoming back there. Also, admittedly, my Van Damme needs work. I can only do an impression of Van Damme saying one thing, and that thing is world piss. Well, I can't even do it without falling into the impression. I can do an impression of Jean-Claude Van Damme saying the words world peace. That's it. Are you ready? Here's my best Van Damme. World peace. See? That's it. That's the best I've got for Van Damme. 4 days from some assorted loot. I'm going to say no to that for the moment. We have armed to the teeth. We don't really need to make contact. We've got plenty of leeway on the Avatar project, although we do need to up the number of contacts we have, which I believe we are building Resistance Comms, right? Yeah, okay, Resistance Comms is in the work. Uh-huh. Well, do you see all the little yellow icons, Lily? That means there's nothing for me to have them to do. You keep complaining that we have too many engineers, but I don't know what the hell you want me to do with them. I could just kick them out the back of the Avenger and, you know, send them out the sky door like that little Robin Aaron or whatever his name is, but that seems kind of mean. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, right. We have 15 days, or effectively we've got to kill some time. We're waiting for either Jamie Lee Curtis or Dolly Parton to finish their training. We don't have any. Maybe we will go do this assorted loot. It's 15 days until Resistance Comms comes online, and we can go make contact with South Africa and also pick up the suit up bonus, which is really pretty good. We can't do that though. We gotta wait.
Avenger plotting new course.
I guess we'll just come down here and check out what this assorted loot is. Maybe it'll be a bag of gold we can use to pay the guard to keep us from getting thrown out of one of those sky cells. Did the sky cell really seem that terrifying to anybody but me? I mean, I am acrophobic. Perfidious Pete is afraid of heights, but the sky cell, it seemed pretty roomy. I mean, it's not like you were right on the edge at all times. Especially if you're small, like Tyrion Lannister. It's extra roomy for Tyrion. It didn't seem that bad. It'd be cold and windy, I guess, which would be unpleasant, but I haven't
seen one in at least a decade.
Yes, and I believe I now understand why.
Does Dr. Tygan rape them all to death?
Appear to be afflicted with an aggressive form of tissue degeneration.
Oh,
rapid
okay.
muscular atrophy to a degree I had not even thought possible.
So effectively, they've got that Michael J. Fox disease. Is that what you're saying? The elders came here to conquer humanity to try and get over their Parkinson's?
is never.
I'm not sure I buy your theory. One, because it's very discourteous to Michael J. Fox. He didn't ask to be afflicted with that disease. And two, it just seems really far-fetched.
Each time they encountered a new species, they procured what genetic information and material they required.
What genetic information did they get from a cyber disk? It's a goddamn robot.
I believe they found something in us.
Your science is all over the map, Dr. Tigan. Just all over the map.
Cure.
Also, I love the fact that on our little illustrated drawing that Dr. Tigan brought up, you can very definitely tell which one of these figures is human, because it's the one, or rather, which one of those two figures is female, because it's the one with the extra wide childbearing hips.
To gain access to a fully functioning codex, I might be able to recover them.
Skulljack your girlfriend, is that what you're telling us to do, Dr. Tigan? I mean, just because she broke up with you doesn't mean I have to go hack her brain so I can find out who she's sleeping with on the side. You really should just get over it and let it go, Dr. Tigan. There are some things a man doesn't want to know, and one of those things is who his ex is boning. Just let it go, Dr. T. Let it go, man. It's only going to end in heartbreak and tragedy for you. You don't want to know, dog. Why don't you want to know? Because you're Dr. Tigan. Invariably, he's going to be way cooler than you. He's going to have a bigger dick, a nicer car, a better job. It's just, it's lose, 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 lose for you, Dr. Tigan. Use the Skulljack on a codex. Well, I'm going to say okay to that. If an opportunity arises, maybe we'll give it a whirl and then shotgun the avatar into chunklets. But really, I think we should avoid going and breaking Dr. Tigan's heart as much as possible. We have any potential... Oh, no, I want to go back to the Shadow Chamber. Yes, leave anyway. Is there any Shadow Chamber project that we can do? Oh, we can do the Psionic Gate. Well, there we go. Let's get started on that.
We were fortunate to recover the genetic sample when we did.
Oh, I don't know as we were fortunate, Dr. Tigan. I think there's plenty of alien genetic samples that we could dig out of your boxers any day we decided to do laundry. Be like, hey, it's laundry day. Who wants to... And in fact, digging the genetic samples out of Dr. Tigan's laundry, that's what happens to the trooper who draws the short straw. Our reward was an advanced repeater. Well, I'd be more salty about that, except we sort of need a repeater. We can put that on Demi Moore's gun. I don't care about intelligence at all. What's our other option? Intel or alien alloys. I don't really find that I care about either of those things. I mean, I guess we'll do the alloys. We do have scanning time reduced by half, so picking up these alloys is only going to take 3 days. And it'll also only take 3 days to investigate that intel, but we have 790 intel. 1,052 alloys and 700 delirium. We don't need this stuff. At this point, we're just taking it to take it. It's like when you walk out of a restaurant, you've had a meal, it was delicious, you're full, you're satiated, and you see one of those shitty Starlight mints in a bowl, and you take one on your way out, even though you know putting it in your mouth is only going to harm you. You'd be like, you know, I don't even like peppermint. I'm full. There's nothing. I have no desire for any additional food. My breath is not unpleasant enough to bear odorous masking with the powerful reek of peppermint. Why did I take this? I don't even, it's just, I took it because it was there. Also known as the Bill Cosby paradigm. Yeah, you see, I took it because it was there. Well, this sucks. We would like to avert this minor breakthrough, but we're also probably going to prioritize infestation because chrysalids are irritating. I don't give a single shit about viper rounds, though. 646 supplies. We'll get to him eventually. I'm going to finish digging around in this mass grave. Aw, poor little guy. He was just trying to get away, and somebody shot him right in the back of the skull. Probably it was like Demi Moore, or maybe a Morgan Freeman. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry, Mr. Sectoid. I really wish things had worked out better for you. Not as a species, but you individually, I think. You know, you seem like an okay guy. You're the Dritz Doerthan of sectoids, I'm going to assume. The rare, chaotic good rebel who throws off the shackles of authority and plays by his own rules. Why is there always got to be a chaotic good rebel? That's what I want to know. When do we get the movie about the lawful evil not rebel who does what he's supposed to and tyrannically oppresses society until he has become the champion and the... Well, no, wait, I guess we already got that story. Yeah, I think it happened in the 1940s. Never mind. That story already happened. Maybe we need more Dritz to Whirlin in the world. Resistance is going to ply us with additional supplies. I'm not really that worried about it. What we can do is fly back to the old black market, though. Check that out and see what they have on sale. That's a good idea. Something useful we can do with our time. And since we accidentally flew back to headquarters, I mean, I suppose we might as well check out the staff as well. Sergio Castillo is tempting. We still have some unnamed Italian grenadier that we really need to do something with. I think we'll hold off. Dr. Julia Munoz. We have 2,000. You know what? Sure. Be a scientist. That's fine. We managed to decrease our research time by a blazing 7%. Now let's go buy everything the black market has available. Spend, spend, spend. It is that time of year. I'm doing my part to help bolster the economy. That's what I'm doing here. This is Perfidious Pete doing his part. A superior scope, sure. Superior autoloader, no. I have like 5 of those that I'm not using them. Superior stock, yes. PCS superior speed, you can bet your ass we're taking that. Iron skin, I don't even know what that does. I need Dr. Sandra Peterson, extra engineer, about like I need a second infected Peterson. And by that I mean another smaller penis that's below my actual penis. And also infected. We could rush some research for no real reason. We could also sell some stuff, but we have so many supplies it doesn't even matter. Guess we'll go check out this ambush then. We will slot those new weapon upgrades. We just keep getting the same ones over and over. I would love to get my hands on something a little more useful. Like, say, a superior repeater? That'd be really nice. Operative Dolly Parton, completed Void Rift. Oh, it's so good. Alright, what else is on the menu here for old Dolly? Soulfire, not that good. Fortress, immune to fire, poison, acid, and explosive damage. Honestly, Fortress is not terrible. Being immune to explosives is really the important thing. It's also quite a good thing. Soulfire. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It takes less time. Alright, let's go ahead and learn Soulfire. Where the hell is... yeah! I didn't see Dolly, and then she A-ported in. She's really putting that Void Rift training to good work. She can walk through walls like a cat from a Heinlein novel. I'm getting out of here. Dolly Parton's starting to freak me out a little bit. She's got weird sorcerer powers. Kind of a David Blaine sort of vibe. Or maybe a Chris Angel. She's mind freaking me. Jamie Lee Curtis has finished her retraining. Excellent. So our goal is to try and figure out a way to make Jamie Lee Curtis useful. Our initial build with Jamie Lee Curtis, we went with Snapshot. And then I decided I didn't like it and respect it. But I'm gonna give Snapshot another try. There's a very particular build I have in mind with Snapshot that I'm kinda interested to try. Deadeye is still crap. Lightning Hands is okay. I think we stick with Damn Good Ground, though. It's pretty good. And also, Death from Above is a part of what I want to go with here. So basically, we're just getting rid of Precision Shot in favor of Snapshot. Executioner is interesting, but for the plan that I have to work, Death from Above is sort of integral to the build. So there's Death from Above. This doesn't even matter at all. We could take literally anything here. Overwatch the trigger on squad site. Since we have Snapshot, that really becomes not that useful. I guess we'll just take Face Off instead. That's what everybody who ever rented the movie Face Off, by the way, said to their significant other at the video store. They went in and they're like, hey, you want to rent Titanic? I'm like, yeah, we've seen it 3 times. They're like, oh, I guess we'll just take Face Off instead. And they got home and they're watching and like, I'd have rather watched Titanic for like the 16th time. It would have been better. Steady Hands, no. Clutch Shot, absolutely not. Kubikiri is intriguing. Most enemies who've taken any damage, critical hit kills them. Regular hits do half damage. Takes 2 actions and has a 4-turn cooldown. I am intrigued by this ability because I wonder if it would combo with Death from Above if it takes 2 actions. Also, those Steady Hands is actually pretty good. If we didn't move, we get 10 aim and 10 crit. It's the crit that I'm looking for, but that would require us to not move. You know what? I'm going to try steady hands. I can think of a scenario where that would be useful. And what we really need to make Jamie Lee Curtis work is the ability... we need lethal, which I believe gets unlocked at Colonel. So we're going to have to try and get a rank up for Jamie Lee. It's going to be a tough road to hoe because I don't really like snipers that much. But still, there's our 50... Oh boy, 50 intel. Woo, hot diggity dog. Oh, I'm rolling in a sweet, sweet, sweet intel now. I've basically, like a Highlander who has just achieved the quickening. I am everything. I know everything. Let's go to West Africa and put in a radio beacon. Wait, do we already have a radio beacon in West Africa? I guess we'll go to East Africa and put in a radio beacon then, because we do need another beacon on the African continent.
Setting course for the East African sector.
Any day you want to give me a mission now, XCOM, would be, you know, totally okay. Just like whenever. Any day now. I'm totally open to whatever you're up for. Consider this an invite from Perfidious Pete to try a little butt stuff on me. I just said, you know, hey, I'm down for whatever. Like, hey, Pete, you ever consider, you know, fiddling with the back door? Like, well, not before you suggested it just now and then opened a purple rectal portal into the nothing. But now that you've tickled my purple portal, I kind of feel like, yeah, maybe we should go all the way with this.
No, I'd go myself if I could.
The gateway is primed. Is the subject prepared?
That is not a sentence you ever want to hear somebody say when you have just brought up the subject of ass play. You're like, what do you think about ass play? And their reply is, the portal is primed. Is the subject ready? You should run screaming from that room.
We've already seen the Codex opening a similar rift in the field.
Yep.
I am sure your
Codex's rift also looked like a butthole. You're not wrong. Can we get this over with, Rover? Just go in there and ruin something. This is a Dr. Tigan and Lily Shen experiment. Something at some point is going to explode.
Remember, go in, take some quick readings, then come right back through.
You know, that also sounds vaguely ominous once the subject of ass play is on the table. Oh, you know, I'm just gonna go in and take some quick readings, and then it's right back through. So, you know, what do you say?
Increasing power.
Doesn't look like any place we've been before. Or any place on Earth, for that matter.
Yeah, spoiler, Lily, you're gonna be a little shocked on that one. There's the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong plot twist lurking in the wings on that one. You may be a little disappointed when you find out where this actually is.
Only one way to find out.
Well, I suppose we could rent signs. That'd get us a M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong plot twist. Alternatively, if we wanted to go for the non-twist twist, we could rent the village or the happening or the girl in the water or devil or... I think I've made my
That is
point.
definitely not fine, Doctor.
The process did work. There was an instant where the device was in between locations. However, once that occurred,
Once again,
the
why does
gateway
this sound
called for a
vaguely like the
second
kind of thing you
signature,
wouldn't want to hear
an
after a little
organic
ass
signature.
play?
When we could not provide
There was an
one,
instant
it
when the
generated
device
a
was
sort
in
of
between
feedback
locations. You'd be
loop.
like, yeah, I know it was in between locations. Those locations were my puckered sphincter. Also, the device was way too big and far too powerful for such a tiny orifice.
Before we try again. I would hate for this to occur to something organic.
Agreed.
Yeah, Dr. Tigan is all about penis safety, so he's like, well, we definitely can't try this with anything organic, but I've got a number of sex toys we could fling through that bad boy. All right, that's enough ass play jokes, and Operation Hieroglyph is finished. That's done. There's nothing else for us to... Yeah, we have no shadow projects available. So I guess we'll head back to the old regular research facility and get Dr. Tigan cracking on something else. We got a facility lead? Sure, why not?
A number of valuable applications stemming from this technology.
Such as locating a facility in 50 intel, Dr. Tigan? Oh, that was done quick. 2 days.
Though it is intriguing.
I await your orders, Commander.
All right, well, let's see what we got here. I guess the chrysalid autopsy is instant.
The name
We've killed so
chrysalid
many.
derives from assumptions made previously about the creature's unusual means of reproduction. Although rumors have
Is this
long
about ass
prevailed
play
about the
again, Dr.
existence
Tigan?
of zombies.
Man, say what you want about Dr. Tigan, but that guy has a
Byproduct
one-track
infestation.
mind. He
Recent
picks a
reports
subject
seem
and
to
just
indicate
hones
that
in on it with a laser
disturbing
focus.
means of propagating this
You can't shatter his resolve.
Even my
own intellectual curiosity is not enough to overcome my
Overcome your doubts as to whether or not it was a wise decision for our troops to bring this
Our
particular
troops
specimen on board the
this
ship.
particular specimen on board the ship.
What a surprise. It's almost as if I have heard that like literally 5 times before this one. Hellweave is unlocked. It's not terrible. It does make us immune to fire, but it's really not very good. It's definitely not worth a utility item slot. That's the problem I have with the armors in this game. They're almost never actually worth giving up another utility item. That could be a mimic beacon, it could be specialized ammo, that could just be an extra grenade. The bonuses you get from the armors just doesn't really seem worth sacrificing the slot.
It is altogether consumed by what can only be described as blind rage, a thirst for combat.
How do you know what this monster is feeling? That's what I want to know, Dr. Tigan. How do you know it's only overcome by blind rage? Maybe it's just aggressively friendly and it wants to give us all big hugs. What if it's very, very friendly, doesn't properly know how to express its affinity for other people, and so it lashes out? Don't judge the Muton Berserker, Dr. Tigan. You don't necessarily know what you're talking about. So we finally got a mission, and it's a supply raid. Fantastic. Oh, let's just go. So a codex, good, we've got a chance to skulljack one. Elite trooper, elite officer, heavy mech, advent hunter drone. Been a long time since we've seen a drone. Gatekeeper, archon, and a viper elite.
Setting course for
So effectively, we're looking at a gatekeeper, and if we can get Sylvester Stallone near a codex, probably an avatar as well. Some interesting opportunities here. The question then becomes, do we want to take Jamie Lee Curtis and give her a chance? The other question is Bruce Willis back in action? So Stallone's a must-go. Dame Judi Dench, a must-go. Demi, okay, everybody is a must-go, with the exception of Betty White. She's our only potential scrub, but that leaves us without a shinobi at all. And we definitely have to have a shinobi. I'm not going without one. So who's going to take a powder here? Somebody's got to take a powder. Dare I take Morgan Freeman off the table? No, I mean, that's just crazy. No. Not go with Morgan Freeman. I could not go with the William Shatner. No, the gunners are just too good. We need one grenadier, which we have. That's the Hulkster. The gunners are too good. I can't say no to Morgan Freeman. Demi Moore is almost as good as MF, though. Almost, but not quite. And she needs kills, whereas Freeman does not. If we're going to fight an avatar, maybe this isn't the mission we want to take along some slacker. Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe we'd be boat anchoring ourselves a little bit if we took a slacker along on this mission. So you know what? If we're going to try and skulljack the Codex, that's fine. We can't do it. We got to get Bruce Willis back in here. I need my shinobi. I rely on my shinobis. I want them on the roster. Where did Betty White run off to with all our junk? Hey, White, you want to bring me back my gear? Betty? Seriously, though, where'd you go? There you are. You should be easy to recognize in your ridiculous snake outfit. We could give you a PCS upgrade. Maybe. So first off, Serpent Armor's got to go. You don't need that scram gun, that fusion axe, or that proximity mine. We're going to take all those back and put them back where they belong, which is securely around the beautiful, bald man himself, Bruce Willis. Hugging him tighter than a lover. Scram gun, advanced stock, scope, superior autoloader. Okay, those are all acceptable. Fusion blade, no. Give him the axe. Plasma grenade, no. Give me that proximity mine, no. It's got... Thinking about upgrading your scram gun, but let's take a look at some of the other weapon that's... well, we do need to we've got to upgrade Demi Moore. She's got a weapon upgrade definitively. She's been rocking the repeater, and I kind of want to get rid of that. But we've gotten such good mileage out of Demi's repeater. We really have. She already has a superior laser sight and a superior expanded magazine, which is really the only... You know what? Historically, Demi Moore's rocked a repeater, and she's made it work for us. I say we let her keep it. Terry Hulk Hogan, you have an advanced scope, but we could get you a superior scope. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go ahead and upgrade the U2 Superior. That's a little extra aim bonus. Is there anything else we want to put in here? kind of don't hate giving you a stock. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Terry Hogan, superior stock is for you. That's an acceptable compromise. A hair trigger wouldn't have been bad for you either, though. Well, what's done is done. Dolly Parton, no. Danny DeVito is out. Harrison Ford, let me check your weapon here. You have an advanced repeater, a superior hair trigger, and a superior scope. That's pretty much exactly what we would have chosen. Stallone is fine. We could give Bruce Willis a little better scope. Alternatively, we could give Jamie Lee Curtis a superior scope. She has a superior scope, a superior hair trigger, and a superior autoloader. It's our last one. Yeah, it's fine. What else are we going to do with it? We're not even taking Jamie Lee Curtis on this mission. We're upgrading her weapons. What do you got, Freeman? You just need a superior expanded magazine. Oh, which we have. Well, there we go. That's one more bullet for Morgan Freeman. Hell yeah. Papa Bear, you're not even going on a mission. I believe that's upgrades for everybody. Yeah. Does anybody need that PCS speed? Not Judi Dench, not Tom Hanks, not Trejo. Spark can't even equip it. Demi Moore's already cool. Terry Hogan does not have an upgrade of any variety. I'm damn sure not giving him... You know, no, I don't want to give him superior speed. It's just a waste. It'd be better off if we just put it in Betty White. For the rare occasion when Betty White actually goes on a mission. I think we'll hang on to it for now. I'm not really seeing any top quality candidates. Is our gear fully... It looks good. Yeah, everybody's ready. Let's do this then. It's just a supply raid. What could possibly, you know... How could anything turn out negative for us here? This is a supply raid. We've been kicking the shit out of these since the beginning of it. Sure, we're going to fight maybe a gatekeeper and an avatar simultaneously, but we've got Morgan Freeman on our side. Yes, that's right, Pete. I, Morgan Freeman, am going on this mission, and when that avatar spawns, and my good friend Sylvester Stallone will inevitably spawn the avatar, of this I have no doubt, Pete. I am a man of faith, and I have decided faith in old Sylvester Stallone. But when that avatar does inevitably come forth, I, Morgan Freeman, will be there to shotgun that bastard right in the nuts. That's right. It's exclusively dick shots now for Morgan Freeman. And I know you're saying, Morgan, I'm fairly certain that codexes are female in origin because I don't see a dongle or any sack of goodie berries down there dangling in the nether regions. They're just sort of smooth. To which I say, you just haven't looked closely enough. Also, getting shot in a twat hurts just as bad as getting kicked in the dick. I'm assuming my, let's just say, experiences with the female genitals have typically been much more tender interactions. You know what I'm getting at there, Pete. It's a pretty long narrative there, Morgan Freeman. Yeah, I was paid to fill time, Pete, while we waited for the mission to load. It's called ADR. It's just something that good stars are paid to do every now and then. Yeah, could you shut up and maybe shoot some aliens over there, Mr. Blabbermouth? Don't, you know, I say that, but it's mostly, Pete, just because I'm jealous. Sylvester Stallone, let's just say, is not frequently tapped when it comes to being selected to do some ADR work. Not a lot of demand in your Sylvester Stallone camp. Yes, you're right. We need to move in with the Skulljack to initiate the process. The problem is, I don't want to engage both of these pods at the same time, especially when my goal is to Skulljack one, and this is... Are you a greater Archon or a regular Archon? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? That's neither. That's a snake man. What is this guy? What are you? What is he? Need to know what this is. Okay, it's a great Archon. I don't want to fight both of these things at the same time. Is there any way we could get over here and just engage the Codex without also spawning that pod? Alright, if anybody can figure this out for us, it's Bruce Willis. What's on the old radar there, Bruce? Nope, still the Great Archon. Give me Sylvester Stallone here. How close can Sly get to this Archon without spawning it? He could get to the point where he could run in and skulljack it sight unseen. Could the rest of the team get close enough to provide support is the question, because everybody else is not going to be able to get nearly as close as Sylvester Stallone here. They do not have conceal. Stallone does have concealment working for him. Morgan Freeman's going to be able to get... well, you know, Morgan Freeman can actually get respectably close as well. We put Morgan Freeman up behind this rock. My only concern is what if this pod patrols away from us? If they patrol away, that's going to make this a much more difficult enterprise. And we can afford to have, as long as the only person who can see this pod, as long as that sole survivor is Bruce Willis, we don't actually have to worry about fighting them, because Bruce Willis is a phantom. He's got conceal. Thinking maybe we bring old Willie Shatz up here behind this rock. Man, William Shatner can go, he's got some, like, latitude. Also, it doesn't matter. William Shatner doesn't need the best spot, because William Shatner can be literally anywhere on this map just by taking a little Icarus jump. So maybe we hold off on that. Let's get Demi Moore over here. We want her ready to come around the corner. Harrison Ford does need to be in a good shooter's box, as does Dame Judi Dench. Judy, are you going to be able to see that Archon from this tile? Yeah, which means you can't be there. We can't afford to pop that Archon. I guess we'll just bring you over here. Have you camped the bottom of the ladder? Hogan, you can be right behind Dame Judy, I guess. It may take us a turn or two to set this up, but I do want to go for the Avatar. Okay, we got Ever Vigilant. Oh, they're not patrolling away from us. They're patrolling towards us, which is beautiful. Sylvester Stallone may not be able to get over there into Jackin territory, though. Oh, good. Another pod. Well, it's nice to see that Advent is at least making a better than token effort on this one. They're going to make us work for it. Okay, who can see that pod? Pretty much just Bruce Willis. Alright, Stallone. I want to make sure nobody can see nothing. Nope, we're good. We only have these two as targets. Are we going to be able to juice that Avatar once he pops? The answer is almost certainly yes. Ugh, we're going to have to be very careful about... Well, wait a minute. We're going to get spotted on the run over? Right, hold on. Give me Sylvester Stallone here. I need Stallone. We've got to... Our pathing is going to be very critical here. Because in certain situations, we get spotted by that guy. And by certain situations, I mean like almost all of them. This is really risky and very stupid. And I'm still going to do it. Alright, Sly, go for it. No, not that target. Definitely not that guy. Why can't I skull mine the Codex, though? Oh, right, because we don't want to skull mine it. We got to skull jack it. Skull jacking and skull mining are not the same thing. One produces, a good, happy ending, and the other one produces some ore that then has to later be smelted down before being useful and then modified and crafted into weapons and supplies. This is what survival games have taught me. 39% chance for a large intel cache. Well, I guess we'll just take the small intel cache because we somehow got spotted while hoisting this woman in the air. It doesn't matter. Hey, Pete, I normally would be a little more enthusiastic about my endorsement here, but I say the last check that we were supposed to receive from the University of Phoenix Online was a little bit late in delivery. So I'm just gonna, just remind you, class is starting, the spring semester starting now. Also, I'm completely fucked because I'm standing right out in the middle of the wide-ass open with basically no cover here, Pete. So we gotta kill pretty much everything that's on the map in a single turn somehow. Doesn't seem like this is gonna be a particularly easy task for us. I'm not that worried about that Avatar. Morgan Freeman's gonna go juice him. So we got a drone. I'm actually mostly worried about that robot. Oh, Morgan Freeman can't quite get to where we need Morgan Freeman to get to. On the plus side, we have already done the dangerous bit, which is spawn that pod, so I'm not really that worried about... I mean, the damage is done in that respect. Unless we spawn the other pod, in which case, you know, damage is magnified like twofold. Are we going to run through that tile? If we go here, is Morgan Freeman going to get spotted? Like, I can't pop that Archon's pod as well. Nah, we should be fine. Okay. Just wanted to double check the pathing. It's always good. You got to cover all your bases here. Morgan Freeman's going to run and gun. He's going to come to this tile. He's going to take a rapid-fire flank shot at our little friend, the Avatar. And it's going to be the shortest friendship in the history of the world because we're going to blast him into big purple slobs of chunks of glop. I was looking for chunks of glop, but can you have a chunk of glop? Isn't that sort of counterintuitive? If you have a chunk of something... I beg your pardon? Morgan Freeman, what the fuck was that?
This is not good.
Morgan Freeman accurately assessing his abilities with the not good. So, William Shatner, we're going to need pretty good production out of you. We could have you Icarus jump to here and straight up kill that robot. Almost guaranteed kill that robot. Is there cover here? There is not. William Shatner's definitely Icarus jumping. We're going to bump him over here behind this rock. If we get extraordinarily lucky, we might be able to get 2 kills with Willie Shatz here. Excuse me? Why can't I shoot my gun, though? What the hell is this? Why can't I fire my weapon? It says I have no targets, but I can definitely see stuff? I have no idea what's going on here. Why does William Shatner not have any targets? From this tile, I can't see any... What the hell is going on? I'm gonna assume that's some manner of bug. It almost has to be. Do we want Demi Moore to... We may need Demi Moore to do some more heavy lifting, but we can't really get over here and get overly aggressive with the reinforcement, or we're going to get spotted and pop that other pod. We could have Demi Moore run and gun and do a little shotgun surgery to our mechanized friend over here, and that would likely kill him, but then how are we going to deal with that guy? Harrison Ford, what can you see? Harrison Ford definitely kills the Avatar. Just go ahead and do that. Alternatively, he wounds the Avatar and irritates it slightly, and then makes it teleport to a spot where nobody can see it at all. Fantastic work, Harrison Ford. Oh, never mind. He can finish what he started. He also could maybe kill this elite trooper for us. Who else is going to have that kind of shot at the Avatar? Well, anybody with the stock kills him, though. This is fine. Let's see if Harrison can get a kill here. Did you really think there was any doubt, Pete? Harrison, a thorough killer for let some kind of piece of scumbag shit like that walk around my planet untouched? I don't think so. So it says we definitely have a shot at the robot from this tile. I'm really salty about having wasted that Icarus jump. Please don't be bugged, William Shatner. I rely too heavily. No, suddenly we can... Okay, never mind. Suddenly we can see stuff. Well, let's just go for the chain shot because it's the only way we can get the kill. And honestly, we may not be able to get the kill. We're gonna be hard pressed to finish this guy off if we don't get the kill here. 9 damage. All right, halfway home. All of his armor is shredded. Not that the armor... Son of a bitch. I was going to say, not that armor was really slowing us down, because it absolutely was not slowing us down in any way, shape, form, or capacity. I think we have to bring Demi Moore to this tile. She's going to get spotted along the way. Well, shit, we can't do that then. Oh, wait, that's the Hunter drone. I keep thinking that's an Archon for some reason, and it is definitely not. All right, Demi Moore kicks off the run and gun. We're going to come up here. We've really dug ourselves quite a hole. The whole William Shatner thing, though, I don't know why he was not able to use his... I don't know why he couldn't shoot. So then we're going to rapid fire, not the Avatar. We're going to rapid fire this elite officer. Double 91s. Pretty good chance of producing a kill here. Or we could get 5 damage on a graze. And then fucking straight up miss.
Negative damage.
Well, this just couldn't be going better, really. Alright, well, Dane Judi Dench has a blaster launcher. And I would actually sort of like to employ that blaster launcher now. The problem is, can't really do that without killing Demi Moore, so I guess we'll just come over here and see if we can catch these two. Please tell me I can catch both of these guys. Yes. I can also destroy every bit of cover between us and the enemy, which I am more than comfortable doing. I'm going to drop it here. Would have liked to... We probably should have moved Dane Judi first. We did not kill either of those units with that attack. Fucking perfect. So that leaves us Terry, Hulk Hogan, and Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis can't even do anything because he's going to spawn a Greater Archon. Bruce Willis can really only make matters worse. That's all. That's okay. Perfect. Well, this turn is beautiful. So we have no one in cover. An absolute cavalcade of enemies here. I think we got to go for the sting. Now, this is going to seem strange. We're going to go for the sting grenade here because this should do at least 1 damage to all of these targets. And it's possible Terry Hulk Hogan digs us out of a hole here. In fact, we might be able to sting the drone too. Fuck it, let's do it. Can we get 3 kills for the Hulkster? It would be beautiful if he did. Nope, it killed nothing, actually. Even though his flashbang should technically do 1 damage. Brilliant. Well, I'm sort of at the end of my rope here. Everything that could possibly have gone wrong has in fact gone wrong. We're gonna get detected here. I just really don't want to spawn the other pod is all I care about. Did we grapple away? Yeah, I know you spotted Bruce Willis, but did the Archon? The Archon did not. Okay, we've got another chance to dig ourselves out of the hole then. We frostbite the elite. This does not cost us an action. We pulled him too. That's the first time. Let's go. He pulled him into. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I would love to pretend that I fucking planned that. I definitely did not plan that. All I wanted to do with that one was just freeze the guy. But this is gonna, oh man, it's gonna look like I'm the smartest man alive. I should have just kept my mouth shut. Okay, I don't want to do that. 81%. We're gonna throw the axe at the robot. Bruce Willis has more free actions than any human deserves, by the way. Okay. Which triggers our implacable. I kind of don't want to take the implacable. Instead, I'm going to take 1 guaranteed damage at the avatar with our stock. That leaves the drone unaccounted for. But there's, I mean, we got really unlucky with a couple misses here. If I have to leave 1 unit unaccounted for, the drone is a good one. What are you going to do, though? It just moved. Perfect. We could not have asked for a better outcome on that one. And also, I noticed the clock. This episode's getting a little long. This is where I'm going to cut this one out. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see me wish that I could be half as clever as I stumbled into by accident on a regular basis, you might... Oh, you know what? I can't say that. I was going to say you might consider subscribing as well, but I don't get that lucky. I could not have planned that move. One, because before today, I've never actually seen the Frostbite ability pull an enemy. It so rarely works. I would never have tried to plan on pulling somebody into Demi Moore or Morgan Freeman's Close Encounters. I can't say we luck into that kind of stuff on a regular basis, which is, you know, if you want to see a man get luckier than he deserves on a regular basis, here's one I can endorse. You should consider subscribing, because Perfidious Pete seems to be, when the chips are down, sometimes things go my way. I do get a little luckier than I deserve on frequent occasion. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Man, that move looked dope as shit. I wish I had planned it. Only I was half that clever.